Belgium scored now.
Yeah, I was about to say I was waiting for you.
I was like looking at that right now. Like, wait, what? When you said the USA scored, I I saw Belgium score instead. I was like, what? I thought they were in like light blue, but anyways, let's get started. This is the Play On podcast episode number 119, I believe. A lot going on. We actually have the last game of no, not the last game, but one of the last games of the round of 16. It's USA versus Belgium playing right now.
I think tomorrow's the best round.
No, that's why one of the last days.
Oh,
Yeah, US is up two. No, US is down 2-1. Belgium is
2-1.
up all over the place, but yeah, you're gonna get our live reaction when it comes to that. It's funny enough. Jesse said that the U.S. scored, and I was like, "What?" And now as I'm looking at my screen because I'm delayed, I see Belgium score. I'm like, "Well, no, wait, Belgium just scored," but no clue. Jesse, what are your thoughts so far on the round of 16th, I believe, and the round of 32? Because I mean, it was a tail end of round 32 last time, right?
Yeah. It's been painful, Jerry. It's been awful. It's been heartbreaking. So this weekend was supposed to be celebratory, and it's turned into the worst weekends of my life. It's been awful. Nothing good's come out of it. It's been bad for football. I don't even want to watch the rest of the World Cup anymore. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's just gonna be straight up hate watch, and it's difficult for specifically you. For me too. I think I have a couple teams I'm hate watching. I know people already think you probably think I want Argentina to win, but I kind of want Norway to win right now. It'd be cool to see Messi win the second one, but realistically, I don't think they'll be able to do it just because of the age of the squad. But I think France pretty much has it handed to them at this point. They're like the most informed team.
Yeah, I, I've for some reason I just feel like this World Cup has been like bad coaches and bad decisions. I feel like this has been like the worst coaching jobs I've seen in like forever. I don't know why.
Is there any
And that's
specific team that has you seen that?
Mexico, Portugal, Argentina. Because I was talking with Edu on 4th of July. I'm like, I don't know why Scaloni's trusting so much the old guard and not giving the young blood of the team like a chance. Because that's what really Argentina needs, specifically that injection of youth and speed. Because like he still has Rodrigo de Paul playing like as an outside midfielder, and that man can't run anymore.
Yeah, they
And
have
then
their whole system is still messy, which is weird. He's 39.
he substitutes him and puts in Leandro Paredes. I'm like, you have Simeone on the bench, you have Nico Paz on the bench, you have like all these other young players who can still run and sacrifice for the team and create chances, but instead he still plays so defensively and doesn't like give them a chance. So it's like they don't create chances. Um, Similar to like Mexico, as we'll get on. Like I just feel like some of the substitutes that they make and some of the decisions on the squad just baffle me. I don't understand why some of these players are on the pitch, and yeah, it's just I don't know, man.
Yes, to stay on with the Argentina one, yeah, I'm very confused why. Like, see, being honest, like, yeah, sure, the Paul you're playing him, but hey, you're playing an extra times. Take out the Paul, but that's an obvious change. He has tired legs. It's Miami. It's super hot. Everyone's drenched. Put in Simeone, someone that's gonna run a lot, and provide you with speed, which is what you need, because you have an aging Messi, and that he's not gonna reach top flight anymore. You have a Cape Verde team who's very inspired. Was it Cape Verde?
Yeah,
You have them that are very inspired and they're very physically fit. They didn't get tired until the second half of extra time, and that's where Argentina was able to withstand them. But even then, Argentina was just pretty much dragging their feet. So I don't know. I'm with you. That coaching decision is very interesting to me. Julian Alvarez, by the way, it does not look fully fit from his ankle injury. He cannot even pass a ball or control a ball. So it's very interesting on what's going on with Argentina.
yeah. I just think he's putting too much trust in the squad that went to like the 22 World Cup, and he's just having blind faith with them when he should be injecting new blood, not just for this World Cup, but also for future World Cups, because this generation's not going to last forever.
Mm-mm.
And it's setting back the future generations with them getting no experience at all with the World Cup, because
Yeah,
you need it.
it definitely does because I don't know. Just speaking from experience, we've seen Mexico try to straight up use the same player over and over, and we kind of saw it right now in this World Cup too. Gallardo is constantly still being used as a left back. Um, yeah, you just need changes, or else it's just gonna be a bad decision. But yeah, I think probably the worst thing that happened in Argentina, which is going to extra time, because now they have to play again against an Egypt team who's I think they're pretty good. I think they have the. I think they should be slightly favored just because they didn't play the what is it, extra 30 compared to Argentina
Yeah.
again, an aging Argentina. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup. My brother actually had Argentina getting knocked out last round by Cape Verde.
It was close.
It was, but um, moving on. We'll stick with Mexico since you brought it up. Then that's like kind of fresh. It's a fresh wound, Jesse. We had too much belief. It was too good to be true. Again, more bad coaching decisions. Romo, he keeps getting the starting spot just because he had a couple assists, and again, he didn't really do anything in that match. Um, a couple blunders of like lapses of concentration when it comes to actually both goals for England. The right back didn't track back. Someone picked up his man.
Dude, I'm so tired of Jorge Sanchez, or what's that's his name, right?
Yeah,
Dude, he's
he had a
both
god
wing
match
backs.
before against Ecuador. In this match, it just showed exactly who he is again.
Yeah, he both wing backs during this game were horrendous. Jorge Sanchez, his defending was spotty at best. Offensively, he wasn't doing anything. He might as well just been a cone, really. And then Gallardo, especially in the second half, those crosses were the worst I've seen in my life.
Yeah,
I don't know who he was starting, the someone in the penalty box or someone in the stands.
yeah, they were horrible. And which I was telling Carol because she was trying to understand a little bit of it. It's that if you wanted to have crossing from the left side, I was telling Huicho they should have put in Luis Sanchez, who's left-footed and has a great cross, or put Mateo Chavez, the left
Yeah,
back. Just because, again, he could take people on and he could make crosses, and he had a great showing in the third game against what is it, the European team, Czechia. He showed that, and just I don't know. And then even the strikers that he brought on, not even to bring on La Hormiga, it's kind of disgusting. And yeah, I think just the whole game plan was ruined for the whole crossing and hoping, crossing and praying. I think that's what it's called. Eh,
yeah. I think it was just. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just playing into England. They're tall. They put in Dan Burn, the tallest player, and they were just winning everything. They were no
Yeah,
threat
I
and
think.
exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, I think the problem was that as soon as you took out Quinones, you took out any like threat, really from outside, just crossing and hoping for the best.
Mm-hmm.
And my biggest problem is, uh, I know Mora lost the ball for the second goal, but
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you took him out, there was no creation in the middle. There was nobody else doing anything. It
Mm-hmm.
was just a horrible decision. It was just overall in general, it was just bad.
Same thing with them bringing in Fidalgo as well. I feel like he didn't provide really much either. He's been kind of struggling to get into the squad, and that's like kind of your substitution to break the lines. Again, if you need, because apparently the commentators were saying that they brought in Fidalgo for his outside like shooting threat. Again, Luis Chavez is there that he could provide that. He has a great left foot. I don't know. It was just a lapse in concentration. Again, I think that's what killed us. The second goal definitely.
No, I think the third goal was the worst because we were up a man,
Oh, they didn't
and
even get me started with that goal, bro. They
yeah,
were
we
just
were up a
letting
man.
they're letting Harry Kane do anything with the ball.
Yeah,
But
I
you're saying,
feel also our defenders were very lax. Uh, Edson Alvarez doesn't look comfortable as a center back. He looked like he couldn't command the line, and Johan Vasquez, I think Harry Kane was bullying him.
No, it wasn't really Johan Vasquez because again, the first half it wasn't bad aside from the two goals, obviously, right? But even then, it wasn't their fault because it was they had Harry Kane marked, but it was the fullbacks that weren't covering. And same thing with there was a Gilberto Mora mistake. He tried to turn, but then again, why are you giving him the ball right there when there's three English guys surrounding him, and there's four Mexican players on the left side? Just throw it to the left side. But uh, the downfall was Cesar Montes getting injured and Edson coming in because Edson has not been playing all year. At most, he probably got a combined 90 minutes at the end of the season just because he was coming back from injury. And for him to start in this crucial game, like, it was bad. Especially, again, they were letting him do anything. Specifically, Harry Kane was picking him just because Edson would not push or fight for the ball. Harry Kane was bringing down the ball like nothing every time Pickford picked him out.
Yeah, and then it was bittersweet having seen Jude Bellingham the best game in the world.
All right, the best game in the world. All right,
That first
that's a
half he scored
stretch.
2 goals, and then he saved that goal, that last minute ditch tackle that got rid of the ball. He was playing amazing,
you
world
texted me.
class performance.
You texted me that Pickford should get drug tested, and I believe it. He should
Yeah,
definitely get
dude,
drug
Pickford.
tested.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the drug test. I don't know about you, but I'm waiting for that piss test because those saves that he had on Raul Jimenez, I've never seen him make those saves.
Both
And
of them.
whoever says he makes those regularly, you're lying to yourself and the world.
Should have
Because
made
that
those
man,
saves against Arsenal.
yeah, man, that man does not make those saves. Let's not lie here. I don't know he got an extra boost. I don't know from what, but he had something.
Yeah, and again, second half it wasn't really much of a threat against them anymore. Again, you took out Quinones, you took out any inside presence where you could break them down instead of favoring them and just crossing and they could just clear it easily. Because again, Pickford is tall as well too. So yeah,
Yeah, but I think I lost hope when it was the Edson Alvarez chance. He had it was like I don't know if it was a corner, but it was a cross of some sorts, and he was right in front of the goal, and the ball just like he hits it wrong and it just slides off. He didn't give it no direction and it just
oh
went
yeah,
straight off for a goal kick. I was
yeah,
like yeah, that was our best chance, and
yeah.
that's it.
Surprisingly, in set pieces we were pretty dangerous, but when it comes to open play and crosses, none at all. There was no danger.
Well, the problem is everyone in the world knew what we were going to do at that point
Yeah.
because we would have El Piojo on the right wing, and he would be like. He was just trying to cross it. He wasn't trying to take on his man. Everyone knew that he was just trying to get to his left foot so he could send it across. So he'd be standing there for like 10 seconds and then he just reluctantly send like a crazy cross and pray for the best.
Yeah, and he got figured out too. Like they figured out especially Ben Gordon. He figured him out that he's left footed, and just again he had his ball.
Ben Gordon?
Ben Gordon, Ben. Oh my God, what is he? Gordon. There you go.
You got the same problem
I'm
I
gonna just
did.
say Gordon. Gordon, Anthony Gordon. There you go. He he knew that he was left footed and he would never do anything with his right. So every time he feinted with the right, he just stood on his left foot still, and he was forced to pass it back. So it kind of sucks that that got figured out. But yeah, this became Mexico of old. You know, that wasn't the Mexico we're seeing in this World Cup. But I mean, we gave England a fight. I know they were suffering. They they said what did Declan Rice say? It's just a stadium. I know his ass was crying at the end for the whistle to be blown. But yeah.
Yeah, you saw the karma that happened, the Jordan Henderson
Oh
injury.
my God, yeah, that was a horror injury. So his World Cup is done, unfortunately for him. But
But you know what's also funny? Tuchel not wanting to take a Trent or a right back option had to go with Kwanzaa at right back, and he got a straight red for a horror challenge. So I wonder who he's gonna put there next.
oh, that's we could actually talk about that. So they're appealing that red card as well,
Yeah, I heard.
and they just had a successful appeal of the United States for Balogun for his red card. Apparently, there might have been outside influences, like political influences. Also, this political figure is taking credit for taking that red card suspension away. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a shame because it's putting because I know there's been a lot of talks about referee performances in recent games and saying it's putting a damper on the games, and then with this extra, it's just muddying the waters really because it's just making what's supposed to be such a something the world loves because everyone's watching the games. We see the impact it has, like with Pocinha, like he's the following that he gets. That's the World Cup. That's why it's every 4 years because it's so pure and adulterated, just football, like the joy that everyone has. And now we're seeing like just the outside forces just try to take as much as they can, and then just affecting it even more. It's just bad for the image it leaves on this World Cup and for like the people related to it because it's also because everyone's gonna look back and this is gonna be a big talking point about it, and it's bad that it's ruining what's on the field because that should never be ruining the product on the field.
Yeah, a lot of appeals go through, and pretty much all of them are unsuccessful when it comes to appealing these things. And now England's gonna appeal it, and they're gonna pretty much test to see if they're gonna prove it or not. Because do you think that was a red card? I think it was rash, but I know there's some
It,
people arguing that he touched the ball first.
it was a straight red.
But I know England, and if they do get denied, which I'm more than likely they are, they're gonna use the Balogun thing. Like, oh, okay, give them the suspension, but give them it some other time, not during the World Cup.
Well, I know every like UEFA nation right now is trying to get the same treatment because they're like, oh, it's unfair. It's because Belgium tried to appeal the appeal from the U.S. to rectify. Like, no, 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 you can't do that. And I know FIFA rejected that. So I know UEFA has been very upset, and not just like Belgium. Even the Norway coach spoke about it. He's upset about it. He said it's not fair. It doesn't make sense. So I know all of them probably are can be on the same page on that.
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen. Um, but yeah, going back today, we had the match Spain versus Portugal. Your goat went out, Jesse. Um,
Yeah, like I said, another bad coaching job.
and I think it also got. It didn't help that Nuno Mendes got injured. He looked
Yeah,
like the best player on the field, holding down Lamine Yamal like again. But Lamine Yamal took him one time, and he had to ask for a sub, dude. He knew it. He knew it was chalked. But it was just unfortunate that one time he does take him on and he goes down injured.
yeah. I want to put the blame on Roberto Martinez, but also that midfielder who supposedly is like world class have just looked so horrendous. And I know a lot of people are putting the blame on Vitinha and João Neves, but I think the biggest culprit is Bruno Fernandes. He's looked the worst out of all of them. He looks out of place. He doesn't know what to do. They're saying the most assister in Premier League history in one season. I haven't seen that at all. He hasn't been like a creative hub that he's supposed to be, and the wing play's been subpar. I just don't understand. It's like the team doesn't understand what they want to do. Each one has like a different direction they're going into. They're like no one's on the same page at all.
Yeah, it looks weird. The same thing with the substitutions. He brought up, again, the midfielders. I think who did he leave? Just Bruno Fernandes and João Neves in midfield, right? Like
I
towards the
think
end
so.
when he make all the subs, like the attacking subs as well. The Spanish coach saw that De La Fuente and said, "Oh, okay, they're not gonna have a midfielder. Let me take out my midfielders and put on fresh ones." He put on Mikel Merino, who I thought right away, I'm like, he's putting him on, but as a false midfielder, he's gonna play more as a striker, and exactly what happened. He broke through the lines, and Ferran Torres did something and got an assist for Mikel Merino, the guy that broke the line and scored the goal. So again, he failed miserably by again giving up the midfield because in the previous round as well, like he was getting dominated in that area against Croatia. Where until he made the sub for what's that? He used to be an ex Wolves player, pretty much half the.
Ruben Neves.
I was gonna say ex Wolves player, but it's pretty much the whole squad. Um, yeah, Ruben Neves. He made the new Ruben Neves substitution and it stabilized everything. But Bernardo Silva is not himself. Um, Again, you said Bruno Fernandes, inexistent. I think just him and Ronaldo clash too much. I think, yeah, Bruno Fernandes wants to take the spots Ronaldo does, but also what he does in Man U is he goes down deep, but he can't do that because Vitinha and Joao Neves, Joao, oh my God, there's so many Joaos. Which is the one? Joao Neves does that.
Yeah, I'm like you had it right.
Yeah. It's just, he was in a weird spot. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I think it's just there are certain, even though like we've said sometimes, like certain players, even though it sounds great on paper, they just don't fit well with each other. So sometimes, even if they're not the biggest name, sometimes just some other player just fits the team better and it makes him look a whole lot better, even though it doesn't make sense name wise. I think that's what happened with Portugal. Like you try they because it looked like it. Like he obviously tried to fit as many of the names into the squad, but they all just had like clashing styles that they just couldn't work out. Because we've seen Neves and Vitinha work out, but but somehow you think, oh, then we add Bruno Fernandes to the midfielder, it should be like one of the best, but it was was not. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the midfield. They couldn't create anything. They just looked like they didn't know why they were playing with each other.
Yeah. It sucks to see again Roberto Martinez ruining another golden generation for Portugal. Well, for another international squad.
Yeah.
I don't know why teams keep picking him up. Clearly, he has to leave this job at this point. He
Oh, he
ruined.
left.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure I saw an announcement saying that he
Oh
was
yeah,
stepping
even
down.
before that, right? That he was gonna leave after this. So yeah, he pretty much ruined Ronaldo's chances for winning a World Cup this year because I think they were pretty much they were in a good spot. But again, if they figured out their attack, it would have been great. But again, same thing. It doesn't help when you're kind of forced to start Ronaldo at 41 years old. You know, I don't think he
But
was
I
the
think,
biggest issue, but like it's hard.
but I think the problem was that they were. He tried just playing Ronaldo and like saying like if it was another player, it had to be similar to like Argentina where they have to where they play for Messi, they had to play for Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But in this Portugal squad, it wasn't that. So it neglects any benefit that Ronaldo would have given you. Because sometimes they would try to play him from like 30 yards out and give him the ball and be like, okay, go do your thing. And it's like that's not Ronaldo anymore.
That's
Like
what
his
Spain
most dangerous,
wants.
yeah, the most dangerous Ronaldo is in that penalty box. You get him in that penalty box and you give him the ball and he'll do something. But if you give him like the ball away 30 yards away from the goal, that's not him anymore. He can't do that.
You're
So
benefiting
it's like
Spain because they're just gonna. I think they did it a couple. He did it a couple times where he dropped down, and Spain just straight up double teamed him, and because he can't dribble like he used to dribble, he doesn't have the speed he used to have. Exactly what he wants. They're benefiting Spain at that point, and same thing with the wing play. Like Pedro Neto was not playing his best. Like this whole World Cup, he could not do anything. He couldn't provide a cross to Ronaldo. I think Joao Felix had a good game this game. He played, which he's not known for being defensive, but he actually did a good defensive job this game.
and also I want to say why did he start benching Joao Felix? Because he Portugal looked the best when he was playing at left wing and he was combining with Ronaldo, but he like started straying away from that and started starting with Rafael Leao, who we know he can create magic, but that's like once every 10 games. Like it's not consistent. He's very relaxed defensively, and then he doesn't go like when Ronaldo would drop back to create space so he could like make a run for it. He's not known to do that. He's very like Ronaldo has limitations, but so does Rafael Leao, and it's just like I don't know why he stopped going for Joao Felix on that left wing. I feel like that was a big mistake.
Well, it was probably this game specifically. I'm pretty sure he had to sub him out because of tired legs. Again, he put on a great defensive effort, especially against Lamine Yamal. Like every time Lamine had the ball, it was Nuno Mendes and then Joao Felix right next to him, and I think he even dispossessed him a couple times and got fouls to like turn the ball over for Spain. But yeah, Rafa Leao, he came in and Lamine Yamal started playing a little bit better. That also didn't help that Nuno Mendes got injured and they had to play Semedo as an inverted left back. Which again, why don't you play Joao Cancelo on that side if he could more than likely play left back?
Like I said, just baffling decisions. And then it's funny because we say bad coaching, and we haven't even got to our favorite like punchy bag in the year the champs.
Oh my god.
That's how you know it's been bad. Yeah, we're talking about three other people before we talked about him.
Yeah, because I think we can't really complain too much about the champs this World Cup because the players have been shining, which is what we
Yeah.
wanted this past, 10 years, 12 years. Yeah, they've been playing great, but they did struggle against Paraguay. They had to rely on a penalty to get through, but even then, I'm glad they did because Paraguay really wasn't showing much. It was all
They were
defensive.
very, yeah, defensive. Crazy the set of how many fouls they had and no yellows.
I know, I know. That's baffling. I don't know how that happens. I know Mbappe wasn't happy about it. I saw he celebrated in front of the goalkeeper when the goalkeeper tried to give him his hand. Which, in my opinion, I'm like, the goalkeeper's trying to give you his hand. You didn't have the beef with him, you know. But I also get it. He went through a lot. Everyone was getting kicked. I don't know if you also saw like a Paraguayan like
Yeah,
politician like made a lot
yeah,
of racist remarks towards him, and he addressed them on Twitter. So not a good look for Paraguay at the moment. I know he even said it that this doesn't represent Paraguay. So, but
yeah.
there's hate for Mbappe does not like Paraguay at this point. But we finally saw Sharky get some significant minutes.
Yeah, I feel like it's been unfortunate for him because everyone sort of especially on the run that he was in with Man City, because he hasn't really gotten into the French national team until like he made his big move to Man City, and that's when he's gotten more minutes significantly since then. We thought he might get more chances, but unfortunately, I feel like the team hasn't allowed it to happen, or like it's been mostly because Michael Olise has become the central creative hub of that France team, and so there's like no chance for him to like step in and like do his thing.
Yeah, but again, everyone's hitting in all cylinders. It's difficult, you know. They finally find their stride. Mbappe's finding his space, and they with the Olise and Dembele, and even
Uh,
Barcola.
well, yeah, Barcola and Due have been rotating. They both been providing like the same role of like taking on their man, creating like just trying to out dribble them and like tire the legs out, because then they'll do that the entire like as long as they can, and then they'll just basically sub in Barcola, and then they go at them and just like they've been having a good thing going where they just like, okay, I'll go and make sure I'll do this for the team, and then I know in the second half, yeah, Barcola or Duo will come in and like take over and like attack his tired legs.
Yeah, so it's very interesting what's going on with France. Thankfully, again, they're more than likely gonna win the whole thing because again, I don't see any other team that's been like better than them. You want to get started with Brazil, Norway?
Yeah, I I'm glad that they every time Holland scored they showed Gabriel, because
Of Gabriel getting dunked on. Yeah, it was a kind of I don't know. I want to say Highland masterclass, but I don't know if that's the right choice of words. But,
well, he had his chances and he finished them. Like that's what you expect from him.
yeah,
And
if anything, clinical because he had that pretty much. I think in the whole game he was kind of being a little bit nullified, but again he was getting issues. He was doing good hold up play. The cross came in from my favorite winger that I wanted Barcelona to get, Schlotterlup, I think that's his name, from Benfica.
yeah,
Fantastic winger. Beat his man and just found Haaland easily, and he slaughtered it. And then Haaland, that second goal was just pure aura.
yeah,
He just straight up, all right, no one's pressing me. I'm going to just shoot from here and put it in the bottom right corner. And he did that.
yeah. Because he's like he literally looked around. He's like, no one, no one. All
Even,
right.
even the celebration was awesome. He just didn't react. He's like, I do this. But there was a big thing going on. The
About the
penalty Brazil
penalties.
got. By the way, the Norwegian keeper touched it, or the player touched it, before he knocked down his man. But they didn't bring out that technology of confirming the touch. But Vinny didn't take it. Bruno Guimaraes, who's only taken 3 penalties in his entire career, took it.
Yeah, it was baffling because afterwards, I don't know if you saw, Carlo Ancelotti said, "Yeah, we ran a test, and he said Vinny wasn't in the top five of the percentages. He said number one was Rafinha. I can't remember the exact list, but I think Bruno was like third or fourth. So he's like, so that's how we came to the decision of who was taking the penalties.
Like, my guy, if he's taking only 3 penalties all his career, give it to Gabriel. Let him redeem himself from the Champions League final.
Yeah, I think that was a bad test because I think they were doing it like in training when there's like no pressure,
Yeah.
and like a pressure or like a penalty in training versus a penalty in like an actual game is completely different. And
Yep.
we saw it because
He missed
yeah,
it. I think Vinicius had a chance to miss it, but we've seen him score those penalties a lot of the times, especially in high pressure moments. I for sure thought he was going to take it, but then I saw it get to him, and I was like, oh, he must be really good at penalties, and then misses.
Yeah.
Well, keeper saves
And,
it, but
and plus, I think it's I don't know for you, but for me, I feel like if I just think you just give it to your best player in the moment.
yeah, you do. He lives for those moments. Vinny loves those. He's been in Champions League finals. He's been in the main man in key games. Give it to him. And again, he's having a great World Cup. Something he's always getting judged on is his performances in Brazil. And in this World Cup, he's showing up, and you don't give him that penalty. It's just idiotic. And then don't even get me started with Endrick, bro. My boy, you get the chance to come in and get really good minutes. You get a one-on-one, and you have a horrible touch and
Yeah.
miss it. Maybe Ancelotti was right.
I feel like Ancelotti. Like I said, I struggled with a lot of decisions he's made with just not like the substitutions, but also like squad selection.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't like the best. I told you about like a couple times. Like again, like I was saying, draw Pedro was left out for Igor Thiago, and Igor Thiago after the first game was completely frozen out. So like, why even make that selection? And there were so many like even in that midfield too, like Casemiro, Fabinho, like what's up?
Yeah, it's definitely a weird situation. For Joao Pedro, I think it's probably the most head scratching one, just because you know he could play winger as well. He could play the right side. Did we predict Rafinha to get injured? Did anyone predict it? No. But it just gives you like that assurance, because at that point, like, who else did you have after who was it? What's his name?
And
I
he
forgot.
had the guy in there starting, and he basically he didn't even use him offensively. He was more of like a defensive help cover. So he basically just wasted the player there. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna have him defend. And it's like, okay, well then.
And same thing, like Danilo's really your best right back that you have in all of Brazil. Like, no, just bring up an up and coming one from the Brazilian league or something, and they're pretty good. But you still use him when no team in Europe wants to touch him.
Well, there's the right back from Roma. He's Brazilian, I think. It's like, why not bring him? Weverson? He's been linked with a couple big moves. I'm like, he had a solid past year. I don't know, man.
Head scratcher, but
like like we said, bad coaching decisions or bad coaches this World Cup.
definitely. But yeah, I think Norway's a huge threat. They go against England now. I think we'll go into predictions. I think that's it. No, we have Canada and who else? We have Canada, Morocco. Morocco won 3-0. We kind of predicted that. Then we have, well, we went over the France one.
But Morocco's gonna remember they lost their striker, so that's gonna be big.
Yeah, it's going to be huge, significant things. But for what we have right now, we could do some predictions. We'll just do the set ones. Like the USA is going on right now. We can't predict that one. We don't know what's going to happen. And we want to go after assumptions of them Belgium just winning right now.
You want to finish the round of 16 with Argentina, Egypt, Switzerland, Colombia?
Yeah, I got Argentina winning. But again, they're going to suffer.
I think it goes to extra times and then again, and then I think Argentina wins.
If it goes to extra times, they are chalked against England or Norway. That's going to suck for them. But yeah,
Well,
I
no,
think.
afterwards
Huh?
they have the winner of Switzerland versus Colombia.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it's gonna suck for Argentina. Again, the extra times is not what they wanted, and they got it. Now they gotta play again against again Egypt team who's not easy. These African nations have been playing pretty good football. They've been making it difficult for everyone, so it's gonna be interesting. Switzerland, Colombia.
I have Colombia going through.
I have Switzerland, and just because I saw the Colombia match against Ghana, Colombia's been having an issue scoring goals. Switzerland hasn't. They kind of resolved that issue in the later stages of the group stage. And they've been getting more goals, and they've been using Mbolo well. Wing play's pretty good. Defensively, they're all right. You know, they haven't really conceded too many goals. Colombia, I see them struggling a lot.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to come down to the performance of Kobo because I think he's been a big part of it.
Yeah.
He's been really good at the goalie. But I just feel like it's gonna be Colombia for some reason. It's just a gut feeling
Me too.
because
Go ahead.
I can see why Switzerland's your pick.
Me too. I like Colombia, but again, I was watching that Ghana match like while I was doing something else, and again, they weren't doing much. Luis Diaz has not scored a goal this World Cup. He's been offside a lot. It's been a foul or something's been happening, and he's getting frustrated to this point. So maybe the goals come, but I just have to go with Switzerland for the moment.
We're seeing someone said that they're glad that Colombia didn't have to play in Mexico because his dad would have been taken again.
He would have been. Oh my god. Damn. We could make predictions for the quarterfinals for what we have right now. So it's France, Morocco. That'll be the
I
first
got
game.
France.
Yeah, it's gonna be that rematch of the semifinal. I have France. They're just too good at the moment. Spain is still waiting for their opponent between Belgium and USA. Norway, England.
I got Norway.
I got Norway. They beat them when they were Vikings. They'll beat them now. Um, yeah, I think England suffered a lot in the Azteca. A lot of the Kwanzaa right back decision is going to be interesting to see if he gets his red card appealed. But even then, we'll see. It looks like they'll probably slot Declan Rice at right back, or even John Stones. They brought him in again, so maybe, but we'll see. I,
They want to take it right back,
I
man.
don't know if you've seen. I know they didn't. I don't know if you've seen, but Holland posted on his story. They're saying he's gonna avenge Mexico. So I believe. If it
Hey,
does
listen,
happen, I'm
Holland.
buying a Norway Holland jersey.
Hey, Holland, if you do it, just know you're gonna get the same treatment the Koreans got. You can become a Mexican by heart.
But that's what we have for the predictions. I don't know if you see on FootMob if you like highlight over the knockout
The
thing.
Norway, they get that little ship.
Yeah. But what else do we have? I know there's been some news that UEFA is not going to adopt the the red card for covering your mouth against in talking to a rival. They decided not to go with that because it is hard to like determine whether it is malicious or not. So I think it's a
Well,
good on them.
the rule is that you can't do it after what seems to be like a tense moment. So, like if there's like
Yeah.
a clashing and then you cover your mouth, because you can do it like if it's just like a casual thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying that it's hard to differentiate between that. But I feel like the few cases that we've seen it, I think it's been well done because
Well, except for the
in the
Paraguay one. That Paraguay one was not it.
well, it was after a clashing of tackles, and then they were talking, and then Almiron immediately went to cover his hand as soon as he was talking with him.
Well, it was a clash, but it wasn't an foul on Almiron didn't cause the foul.
Well, he didn't cause a foul,
Yeah.
but it's like if your teams are arguing, because that's the same thing that happened with Hempe in Mexico, because that wasn't his first time he did that. That was the second time when he was doing with
But the
Santos Jimenez.
second time, yeah, I think it's still two different things because the Hincapié one, like he legit was clashing heads with Jimenez, and then
Yeah.
he covered his mouth, and yeah, that one I do see it. That was for Shershi, and they're also down 2-0. The Almiron one, that one was like confusing to me because again, it looks like Almiron was like by body language and facial expressions that we did see, it didn't look like he was being malicious. But yeah, I'm just glad Wi-Fi didn't adopt that because it's very difficult to tell. Because like again, you saw it as one thing, I saw it as a different thing. So imagine them doing it and making it a huge decision on the field. A Champions League final, imagine that, Jesse. They misinterpret a covering of the mouth and you get a red card.
Yep. But then, how are they gonna? If a similar situation happens again, what are they gonna do to be able to identify or like how to resolve the situation? Because then it's gonna go back to hearsay.
Yeah, it's it's gonna be difficult. Mic up the players, Jesse. NBA mic
Like,
them up. But yeah, again, it's hard. I don't have a solution for it, but I think it's again, you don't want to influence the match by giving a wrongful red card by accident. But again, you also I see the other point of you don't want racial slurs to being said either. So double-edged sword, Jesse. Double-edged sword. But you have any other news that's been going
trying to
on?
think of any
Oh,
transfers.
the
Nothing.
Tonali.
Oh yeah, the Matias Fernandez and Tonali to Spurs. I think we talked about it last time. We were talking about how they
The Fernandez one we did, but Tonali just got confirmed.
I feel like we talked about it, I can't remember.
Well, there was
Or was it
rumors at the
outside?
time. There were still rumors, but even then, the Mo Salah, he's a free agent from Liverpool.
Well, also I've been seeing a lot of rumors linking other teams of taking Van Dyke.
I think there was a Turkish link.
Yeah. So I wonder how Liverpool, because I think they're in a very dangerous spot because like there is a change in the guard, but they still haven't like fixed it because they still have a lot of problems in that back line, a lot of center back problems, and yet they're also trying to fix that forward line with Salah gone, and then Etikite being out for I think what's gonna be like half the season,
Yep.
if not more, from the Achilles injury. So how are they gonna do that? And then they're also gonna have to try to see they can have to try and trust in the youngster Rio. I don't know how to say his last
And
name, but
Gomorrah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's always tricky because they could either be a hit or they miss or they're inconsistent, which is valid because they're very young. But it's tough to rely on that when you're supposed to be like competing for the Premier League title.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because Rio, I think he's a fantastic player. He does show a lot of not even glimpses. He shows a lot of talent, and even the games he's been playing, I think they have to keep him and just use him on like cup games because you don't want to lose him as a transfer. And again, you don't want to detriment his his growth.
Development.
Yeah, and growth, his development growth. Um, Kang Lee's transfer they can confirm to Atletico Madrid. Sum of 46 million US dollars. I don't have the euro or pound, but I mean, that's all I see at the moment.
But I mean, I feel like we've said this before, like for the past 2 years with the Atletico Madrid transfer. Like that looks like a good business, but it just always doesn't work out sometimes, or fully works out.
Yeah, they'll have a slow start to the season, and then mid-season they look great, and then fall off again around February.
Yeah, because they got Kang Lee, who we said is a great creator, great player, who probably deserves like a step up in his role, and he'll probably get that with Atletico Madrid. But
Would he play on the left side
uh,
then?
I don't know. I think he'll try to take up the Griezmann role. It's sort of like
Oh, okay,
right middle,
in
but
the
also
middle.
like forward. Yeah, because Griezmann is gone, and then they got a new left back in Grimaldo, who we know is good,
It,
and then they
it,
still have that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they still have that problem with Ruggeri.
Yeah, the Rugani thing is crazy. The Bastoni thing is crazy. Who's also linked to Real Madrid, by the way. But I think the links are going to drop because of this. The more the investigation comes out, um, but it's going to be say Julian Alvarez does stay in Atletico Madrid. I don't know how that Kanye Lee, Julian Alvarez thing works out because they're going to take up pretty much the same spaces. Griezmann and Julian figured it out later in the season, but you're going to have to figure it out again. It's weird,
Yeah, I don't know.
man.
Maybe Lookman takes more advanced role, and then they have Bayana in the left midfield role.
Maybe, but even then, Bayana hasn't been looking good for Atletico Madrid either. And even in this World Cup, I don't like how he's playing. Playing too defensive minded.
But I think that fits Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, but he has to know he's not playing because Ferran Torres came in and he changed the game kind of.
I just with Spain, I just don't like their forward options at all. Like I was saying coming into, I'm like their forward options don't look great. They don't give a sense of trust that they'll finish their chances if they get in. And then also they haven't been creating the chances that you would normally expect. So they'd be like, oh, it's fine. They can waste those chances because we'll know they'll get more. It's not like they've been creating chances like that. They've been getting sparingly, and they haven't been finishing. Like again, their best player at finishing right now is Mikel Merino, and that's not good.
It's not. I think it also is a huge loss for them having Nico Williams injured again, because having Nico and Yamal there, it's like you can't focus one side. You have to give both sides the respect. But
Yeah.
having just Yamal out there, it's like okay. We saw it with Portugal. He was getting clamped down because there was like three players surrounding him, four. So it's difficult. So I know they're going through it a lot. And same thing with Pedri. He hasn't been having the best World Cup.
No.
And Spain is just getting by, and we'll see if it gets through. I don't know if Nico Williams is gonna be make it back on time. Supposedly he is, but he's just probably gonna
He,
re-injure himself.
yeah, but even then, he's coming back from injury, so he's not going to be the same like fully fit Nico Williams that we saw at the Euros.
Yeah, maybe that Nico will. No, I don't think it's gone. I think he's just have been having injury issues all season. So
Yeah, and plus it doesn't help that with like we said, the long season, and then you go straight into the World Cup. It doesn't give time for players to like fully heal themselves. So players are forcing themselves out there like at like 80%, 70%.
again, they have Victor Munoz. Why isn't he using them?
Like we said, bad coaching decisions again.
Who do they face? Oh, they face Belgium or the U.S. Right. So I think that could give them a little bit of leeway, especially they do get like a 2-3 goal lead. Maybe try out Victor Munoz. Maybe he provides a spark. Because yeah,
Yeah,
they
because
need
that's what
something.
everyone thought he was gonna be like Nico Williams, like l- similar style of player where he can take on your the defender and he's quick, so he could be that offensive threat. But he has not gotten the chance at all, which is baffling because they had what was it, like the third game they had the chance to give him a game time because they like sort of rotated, but he still didn't give him anything. So it's like, why even call him up then?
Yeah, exactly. Coaching decision, Jesse. Gotta love them. You have anything else?
Yeah, Mexico for the next World Cup. I'm here to ready to coach and lead the team to victory.
I think Rafa Marquez took over.
I don't trust him.
I do, bro. He's a Barca man.
Exactly.
Hopefully he doesn't go away Gallardo. Hopefully they stop calling him up.
Dude,
But even then, we didn't have our left back. I think Westgas, the guy from Copenhagen, he was supposed to start, but he got injured and he couldn't be called up.
but even though Mateo Chavez is a better option, they still want with Gallardo, man.
Oh, the U.S. just got scored on by a dumb goalie blunder. Wow, they literally threw the match the goalie. Are you watching it right now?
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
Has it happened yet? It's minute
Yeah,
56.
it did. I just didn't want to say it on the thing.
I did. This is my
You
hate
said
watch, bro.
56. Mine's like 50, 58.
Oh, okay. You're ahead like crazy. Are you using Peacock? Peacock? Or no, you're using Xfinity, right?
Yeah.
But, all right. Any closing words other than that? I think we're all set. Yeah, no
No.
more breaks in between episodes now. Now we have OBS working. We figured it out. We're not unks anymore. But yeah, maybe we'll try an overlay or something eventually.
Yeah. Oh, I got something. I hate hydration breaks. Stupidest thing.
Especially when
No need.
inside a closed stadium with air conditioner. Yes.
It makes no sense. Or even when you're playing at night. What's the point?
Maybe
It's
at
already
night because
cool.
sometimes it is like 90 degrees still.
But then it's also cooler that certain places, like it's at night and they're playing when it's like completely cool. And it's like, homie, there's no reason for this hydration break. Just say you want the ad break.
It's understandable. I got you. Yeah, same thing with me. Like I don't like the hydration breaks in closed stadiums. It doesn't make sense. I mean, imagine if they had these hydration breaks in Qatar with pretty much all the stadiums. Yeah, all the stadiums were closed, right?
Now there was some open ones.
But even doesn't make sense. But all right, this has been Jesse and Jerry with the Play On Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.